Good day, McVeigh, and happy Wednesday. Good morning, boys and girls. Let's get started with our birthdays. Oh, look at that. No birthdays to announce for today. How do you like my cool orange Field Day t-shirt? Loving this one. Super cool color. All right, so some jokes. Now, friends, I need some more jokes. I'm running low. I only have jokes now that are not illustrated, but you can imagine what the illustration would look like. All right. So I'll use something else instead. What did the pencil say to the sharpener? Here's a pencil. You know what a sharpener is. Get to the point. So that's what a sharpener does. It creates a nice point on a pencil. All right. How about this one? What kind of flowers grow on your face? What kind of flowers grow on your face? Now, this is a play on words. Tulips. So tulips are flowers. Tulips. T-W-O-L-I-P-S. Tulips. Get it? Tulips, the flower, is spelled T-U-L-I-P-S. Does anybody remember where the Festival of Tulips is? See if you can remember. Miss O'Keefe was there. Hopefully I can get there someday. All right. So, where in the world? So we have a couple of answers. And the Viveros siblings, Peter and Madison, figured this out. So did Lucas. So did Emma. And they did so by looking closely in the background here. See, look closely right there. Look at the color of the water. Look at those stone structures. See that? And then they looked closely here. So I'm going to give this one more day. What kind of animal is that? And I said, in this place, there is something special about that animal that helps. I want to congratulate those people who figured it out. And for those of you who have figured it out, we're going to move on and going to give you a clue to the next place. And that is Miss Wallace. Now notice that she's in a tank top and there's snow on the ground. She doesn't look cold. That should be a clue. Where on earth could she be? All right. Let's see if we can figure out. Now, the riddle. So the riddle was, what runs but never walks, has a bed but never sleeps, has a mouth but never eats. And then I showed you this, and that was helpful. So the answer is a river. The Coppolas, Alyssa, Lucas, Sophia figured it out. And I want to read what Sophia wrote. This is Sophia Bullis in our second grade. The answer is river. It runs but never walks. That's true. It has a bed but never sleeps. That's true too. And it has a mouth but never eats. The bed is the channel that the river flows in. Yes. And the mouth is the part where the river goes into another river, a lake, or an ocean. So the mouth of the river is where the river ends into another body of water. I searched to find out what a riverbed means. I love that, Sophia, and that's really how it goes. You have to try to figure these things out. So good work. So we have a new riddle for today. Oh, and by the way, on that, Lucas also said that the illustration helped figure that out. So good work, Lucas. All right. Now, the new riddle for today, so that was yesterday. The new riddle for today, listen carefully. What never asks a question, but still gets answered? Never asks a question, still gets answered. This is by Siddharth. Never asks a question, but still gets answered. And let's move on now to science. So a little update on Sebastian. I told you about this yesterday. So here's what we saw after 40 days. And the one with water kept growing and growing and growing, and we figured out why. Well, check this out. Now the one with water is actually growing beans. There's a bean. And they had to build a little structure to put it in so that it wouldn't fall over. You can see here it's getting too tall and it would start to fall down because it's too small at the bottom. So nice work, Sebastian. Let us know how that goes. It's very cool. He's starting his own little garden, it looks like. Okay, and then the question was about our experiment from yesterday. So the Yarkin sisters had the oil and the water, then they added the soap. What happened? In the beginning, the oil floated, the water was at the bottom, and then they added soap and it seemed to mix. What happened? So I said this sort of relates back to what we learned about relative to Ms. Zucker when she was floating in the Dead Sea. And the reason being that the salt water was more dense. So the water is very dense, and so she was floating. So Emma said, I think the oil floated because it is less dense in the water. Yes. Just like the Dead Sea, the teacher was able to float because she was less dense in the water because of the salt. Okay. The dish soap mixes with both the water and the oil, and so that makes them mix together. So the dish soap, she's saying, balances them out, and that causes them to mix together. So that connects the two in essence. Is Emma right? Emma's always doing some research. Does anybody agree? And for today, we have the Jeffry Sisters. The Jeffry Sisters have an interesting experiment, and I'd like to see if somebody can figure out why this happens. Using all of what we've learned so far through our science. All right, here go the Jeffry girls. All right, here they are.
Hi guys, I'm Amber Nicole Jeffry.
And I'm Raquel Bridget Jeffrey.
Today we're going to be doing the magic moving man. What this is we're going to be taking a dry erase expo marker, some lukewarm temperature water, and a glass plate, as you can see here. Raquel's going to start by drawing this man. All right? So, our question for today is, will the drawing float once we pour in the water? Our hypothesis is yes, it will. So let's just see what happens. Wow! Look at this! It's actually starting to pick up. It floats!
It's correct! Our observation is correct.
Let's just see if we could get this part to float. Wow, nice. We were correct for our hypothesis. Bye!
All right, so they took out a dry erase marker. Now that's very important, the kind of marker that they used. It was a dry erase marker. Those are the kinds of markers that we use on our whiteboards at school. And they drew a stick figure on a plate, regular plate. Okay, then they poured in a little bit of water, and you saw that it didn't dissolve, meaning break apart. It started to float. Why? See if you can figure this out. Come on, we're learning some cool science right here. This is very good stuff. And it was interesting that parts of this stick figure floated. Other parts did not. What happened there? Why didn't those parts also float? See if you can figure that out. I know you can. And before we sign off, of course, we have to have our mighty kind moment of the day. So we'll get our drum roll. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So I'm going to go to one of our bags again. These bags are coming in super handy. So here we go. Today it is everyone responds to kindness. That is true. So boys and girls, a response means that it's what happens after something happens. So if I say something to somebody, they can respond back to me by saying something to me. If I do something to somebody, the response is what they do back to me. And what this is saying is that when you're kind, people respond to that. They will be kind too. They might be kind to you or pass it on to somebody else. Everyone likes kindness to happen to them. And it makes them be kinder to others. That's what this means. And so, as we think about all the things in our world, in our school, in our homes, again, if you're looking for something to be a little bit better, knowing what we know there, everybody responds to kindness, you can start by being kind. And that will be the thing that helps get things to be better. Let's try it. And we keep talking about that every single day. There's a reason, though. The reason why I keep talking about this every single day is because there's just not enough kindness in our world. And as McVeigh Mighty Minds, we can be the people that help spread it and help others be kind. I know you can, boys and girls. I know you can because you're a mighty mind. Not only that, mighty kind, mighty minds. And every day is a great day to get smart and be kind to both each other and the earth. Let's have a wonderful day.